to the video for making butter-rich pastry. So I'm going to show you what's on my tray and how I'm going to make the product. So firstly, first thing to do is to prepare your tools and equipment. So on my tray I have a whisk. This is going to be for breaking up the eggs. I have a knife. This is going to be for cutting the butter. I have a sieve to sieve the flour. I have a spatula to mix everything together. I have a pastry brush to brush off any excess flour. I have my scales. I have a piece of paper sieving out my flour, and just some extra scrapers and spatulas if I need them. Okay. So, to weigh up your ingredients, it's really important that you select your bowl to weigh up in and you press tare on your scales. So this takes the scales back to zero, so you're weighing the product only rather than weighing the weight of the bowl. Okay? So we need the flour. So we're going to weigh out your flour. Your butter, you're going to cut into small cubes. Your sugar, you're going to weigh into a jug. Your egg, you're going to crack, you're going to weigh it to your required amount, and then you're going to mix it in with your sugar. And then you can use your whisk just to mix it together. It's always good to have a tray next to you to keep your equipment in so it's nice and organised and tidy. And then you're going to have your salt and you're going to put that into your flour. Also on my table I have a bowl. This is where I put anything that's for the bin, so I can just keep that nice and tidy out of the way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first sieve out my flour. Onto the paper. So sieving removes any lumps and takes out any impurities. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my butter into there. Then I'm going to use the rubbing in method just to rub the fat through the flour to make a breadcrumb texture. So you can continue just to push the butter through your fingers to achieve a breadcrumb texture. So what this is doing is you are coating the gluten strands within the flour with the butter to shorten the pastry. So just pick up any big lumps, push them through your fingers, squash them out. The butter is best a little bit chilled and not too soft. If it's too soft, it's going to melt in your fingers and your pastry is going to be really difficult to work with. So it's best at kind of a semi sort of set consistency. So just take it out the fridge, leave it on the side for about 20 minutes before you use it. So as you can see, I've still got some quite big lumps in there, so I'm just going to work on pushing those through. Okay, so when you're happy that most of the big lumps have disappeared and you have a sandy breadcrumb texture, so if you can see there, there's no real big lumps in there. They're all kind of uniform. You can add your sugar and your egg mix into the bowl. So I'm just going to create a well in the centre. I'm going to use my scraper, so this one here. And I'm going to pour in the egg and the sugar. I'm going to use my fingers to mix everything together. So in the bowl, bring it out onto the table. And then just work it all together to form the dough. So you want to mix it until it's clear. So what I mean by clear is there's no streaks of butter or no streaks of flour within the pastry. So use your scraper to catch any bits of flour that have escaped to the sides. Scrape down your hands. As you can see, it's almost all together. The trick with the pastry is you don't want to overwork it. If you overwork it, the butter becomes very soft and it's difficult to roll. So you just want to mix it until you've achieved a clear texture. Scrape down your hands, move the pastry over the table. Okay, I'm going to cut this in half and I'm going to make 2 round balls and squash them down into circles so they can be rested in the fridge. So 1 and 2. Then I'm going to pop them into some paper. As you can see, there is no streaks of flour or no streaks of butter in there, so my pastry's clear. I'm going to fold it over and I'm going to pop that in the fridge to rest for about 10 minutes just to chill it, and then I can roll it out and line my tart case with it.